We trying to get paid.
Making money, make it, dollar,
We trying to get paid.
making money,
Make it save and invest, stacking up checks. Let's go.
After another impressive day to the start of the market, we end the day barely scraping a positive day on the Dow, literally closing up just 2 points of what started out as a very good follow-through on yesterday's session. Hello, I'm your host, Lasali Nungu. Press like on this video and let's talk about the markets for September 15th, 2020. I really liked how the day started out. I mean, if you pull the DJI on TradingView, the hourly chart for yesterday, we sold off practically every hour into the close yesterday. Opening up on the gap today was a very good sign, but the problem is we filled the gap with selling today, effectively closing sideways. Ironically, we ran into a brick wall of the September 9th high. Someone mentioned to me in an email that the current price action looks literally like the initial days of the COVID sell-off. If you pull up the QQQ daily chart from February 21st to about March 4th, it does look somewhat similar. I mean, you got to admit that. Look, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm really not. QQQ actually confirmed a change in trend today on that hourly chart. So, your stop would be 274.86. If you went with the leveraged TQQQ, your stop would be 127.73. So let's hope we get a green day tomorrow. But no doubt about it, we are creating some ugly candlesticks on the daily chart. I actually have an SPX Iron Condor, $5 wide. The call side 34.30, put side 32.75. This trade is going to net me about $1,800. It's a 2-day trade. If you don't know SPX options, as I teach in my course, Expire into Cash, you can follow along with my trades at my other Twitter page, which is Black Box Stocks number 3. So Black Box Stocks number 3. That's on Twitter. I win some, I lose some, but I win quite a bit. And I'm going to start putting my trades on that page again because I used to do that a long time ago, but I'm going to go back to that just because I want more proof out there that my strategy works. We're going to be doing SPX 5 wide, 20 wide, 30 wide, big boy iron condors that expire right into cash. That's money right into your trading account. And you can do this 3 or 4 times a week. So, and of course, you can choose your probability of profit. 70%, 85, 90 is preferably, but between 80 to 90 is where I like to be. So yeah, if the market closes below 32.75 tomorrow or above 34.30, I'm totally going to have a stick up my ass in the next podcast. So let's hope that I make some money tomorrow on that trade. Moving on. Apple announced the new Series 6 watch. More colors, more health features like measuring blood oxygen. That's huge because if your blood oxygen is low, that's very dangerous. I mean, that's a very dangerous sign that could point to problems with your circulation. I mean, you could possibly be, on the path to having a heart attack. Understand this. There's no place for Apple to go but the healthcare industry. Think about it. They can't go to cars. They can't go to mass retail. They can't go to housing. Healthcare really is the next step for Apple. So it all makes sense. Healthcare data is really kind of like the next frontier. I mean, it's incredibly lucrative, more lucrative than probably internet browsing data, to be honest. So look for Apple to start something, like we're going to be able to record this information and send it to your doctor. Healthcare is going to be a big part of Apple in the future. My generation, the millennials, are completely obsessed with health because many of us are overweight, unhealthy, unhappy, depressed, overworked, underworked. So that's a really exciting path for Apple. Let's see what they do with that. Tesla, huge, huge day. 7% gain today, all-time highs in sight. We've told you about why Tesla is moving the way it is. Look, folks, they did the split, and now people are buying. They're taking advantage of these lower prices to own an incredible business, right? And if you have some cash on the side, go ahead and buy some Tesla. Go ahead and buy some Tesla because this is an incredible business, folks. Incredible business. You can talk about valuations. I get it. You can talk about valuations. But at the end of the day, people want to own this company, and it's showing up in the chart. Facebook, finally, after 7 days, a green day. Microsoft and Google, nowhere to be found. Not sure what's going on there. But both still slightly below the 25 moving average. Still green days for both. Same as Amazon. That went green after 3 days of straight losses. Peloton, 2 days of green, up 4.19% today. Still looking very strong after delivering incredible earnings. You can't say the same thing for DocuSign. I don't know what's going on over there. That's a stock that's headed in the wrong direction, even though it delivered the best results for the quarter in the company's history. Right? I don't know what's going on with DocuSign right now. It's looking like, it's a fracture right now. It looks like it's looking for even lower prices. I would be very surprised if DocuSign drops below 200. But again, if we have a sell-off, which is looking like what the futures could be pointing to as I'm looking at them right now, then DocuSign could be in further trouble. We talked about Citigroup yesterday. Pull up the chart. What a disaster. We know the fines are going to be excessive, but they're talking about them being incredibly huge. So investors stepping out of the way there. Citigroup, huge losses there. CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines. I think this is the first time I brought this up on my podcast. It really bit the bullet today. Stock drops 10% in 1 day. The company announced that it's selling 18 ships in hopes of becoming, quote, a lighter and more efficient company, whatever that means. So that basically means, we're going to be having significantly less revenues next year than we had this year or any year prior. So you have to assess for an adjustment in valuation when you're going to have a significant decline in revenue. That's why you saw that loss there on Carnival Cruise Lines, ticker CCCL. Biggest sector of the day was real estate with insane gains there. Remember yesterday I talked about Kimco up 4.8% today, looking really bullish. Desperation buying in the airlines, DAL, but quickly going back to, real estate for a second. Zillow, 4% today, up $11 from last week. That stock is on fire right now. I don't know why the market isn't showing love to Rocket Mortgage, ticker RKT. Y'all show that stock some love. I mean, come on now. All the love you guys showed Carvana and Vroom, and you're telling me the Carvana of real estate, you can't show love to that stock? Come on. Anyway, Hyatt, ticker H, nice day for Hyatt. I don't think the hotels are back, but I am excited about buying hotels, and if I'm going to buy into a hotel stock right now, it would probably be this stock called Summit Hotel Properties, ticker INN. It's very cheap. It's got a lot of potential upside. It's a company that owns a conglomerate of many different lines of real estate, of hotels. So they got a Hyatt. I see a couple Hiltons in there, and they got the budget stuff in there too as well. So very exciting company that on the chart reminds me a lot of RRGB, kind of those sleeper companies that when it's going to come back, it's going to come back very aggressively. Speaking of RRGB, come on, man. I mean, have I made you some money in that stock or what? A company with no drive-thrus, by the way, no drive-thrus. All right. Red Robin does not have a drive-thru. All they have is a mobile app. I mean, you order from the app, you pull up, and I think somebody brings it out to you, but no drive-thrus, bro. And it's freaking killing the market right now. All right. It's killing it. If you've been listening to this podcast, I've made you money on Red Robin, just bringing it up. Nobody was talking about Red Robin at all on YouTube before me. That's just the facts. All right. If you're not making any money in the markets, you seriously need to speak with me because at this point, you're clearly suffering from some kind of anxiety, some kind of trader's anxiety. So let's talk. Gold and silver continue to hold themselves together. I didn't bring it up yesterday because they're really not doing much here. Even with the spike in ticker JNUG, which is a ETF for leveraged gold miners, it sold off. All right, it's still closed with a gain, but still, I'm just not impressed with gold and silver right now. People say that it's positioning itself for a huge spike here, but I just want to see gold back over 2,000 before I get excited again. It's your boy Sal. Tomorrow is another trading day. Trade well.